Awesome. So now that we're starting our call recording, this is Rafa here from iFund International on a live call with Brian Green.
Hey, everybody.
And we're just doing a quick partner call. This is our first one of many, I hope, or not I hope, we're committed to, where we're going to be able to take live questions. We're taking questions via chat. Today we're going to be going over particularly the new portal and some of the action areas and different ways that we can work together, in hopes to have some fun along the way. So let's go to the portal. You guys have probably been to our regular site, ifundinternational.com. And there we focus with working with investors that are a little bit that are experienced investors that are looking for residential and commercial lending. The new program that we've put together that you guys are all part of is the new partner program, where we are finding new ways to work with or creative ways to work with investors to help them along the way, especially if you're new to this. Basically, what we're providing is not just our lending team, but also through our partnership with Peter Vexelman in the Real Estate Investing Academy here in Georgia, but all across the Southeast, right, Brian? How many states are we in?
Well, we're certainly lending in all of the southeastern states: Alabama, Florida, South Carolina, North Carolina, Tennessee. But we certainly have the capability to extend to all 48, the lower contiguous states, sometimes in the Caribbean, and we even have had a bite at the apple in Mexico too. Hawaii and Alaska, not so much. We don't get so many requests there, and the logistics of that are difficult. But any of the 48 states, we'll work with you.
But that's from the lending perspective.
Correct.
From the partnering perspective, right, and for people bringing us deals to work with,
sure.
We're very focused here in Georgia, but we also have teams in the Southeast, correct?
Correct. And the key here is that teams. So through our partnership with the Vexelman Group and iFund and our partners out there in the world, while we focus directly here in the Southeast, we have the ability to reach out, even if the deal is not here in the Southeast, the ability to reach out and get things done in most of the other states. There's just a few exceptions to that, but most of the other states. So I don't want anyone to shy away from bringing us a deal because it's not here in the Southeast.
Awesome. Okay, that's a great point. And the fact is that we're going to follow up with anything that comes through anyways, right?
Absolutely.
And if we don't have boots in the ground yet, and we find a great partner to work with in Alaska, as an example, we would definitely be open to that and move forward with that.
Real estate is an adventure that's done all throughout the United States and really all across the world, and we've been fortunate enough to have partners in most of the United States. So we'll figure it out. That's
right. So the steps of the partner program has been discussed. Is basically it all starts here at step one with our partners. You on the phone today, you that are joining us, maybe for the live recording of this, right? Bring in the deal, right? You guys find it, however it is that you're generating deals today. If you don't have money to invest or are looking for a partner to help in all the different steps, including the negotiation of the deal, as well as the funding of the deal, and the actual execution, the renovation, the marketing, the selling. There's a lot of steps that are involved. And we have a team ready to go, right, Brian?
Yeah, that's absolutely right. What we found is that most people who get started in real estate, they get started in real estate because they have a genuine interest in it. They may or they may not go to some seminar and go to a weekend seminar, get online on an online seminar like this, read a book, take a course, watch a television show. That's a popular thing to do right now, all these fix and flip television shows. But they lack some of the key essential things to make sure that they're successful in their first deal or their second deal. And so what we've done is we've built this partnership program to help fill those gaps where you may otherwise not be able to get a deal done because you don't have money, you don't have experience, you don't have time, or you don't have the right partners in place like contractors, real estate agents, negotiators, legal teams, one of the big ones that's often missing. We have those things already in place. It's something we do day to day. So our goal in the partnership program is to fill in those gaps. We were taking a lot of phone calls, and we said no a lot, unfortunately, because one or more of those things was missing. We said to ourselves, how do we capitalize on that? I mean, listen, we're good guys too. We want to help, but how does everyone win financially in the situation? And that's why we built the partnership program. We fill in the gaps. We allow people to follow us along the way. They earn while they learn, and everyone wins. Experience is the number one dictator of whether or not you're a successful real estate investor. And when you don't have experience and you're new to the business, oftentimes there's big potholes that you can't foresee. The first being you don't have money to put skin in the game or a down payment, and you kind of get stopped right there. And I think most people get discouraged and they walk away from the business right there. We want to make sure that we get the deal done because it's a good deal. We want to capitalize on that, number one. And number two, it gives that new investor an opportunity to go and watch a real deal get done, but not miss out on the financial benefits that come along with doing a real estate deal. So I think this is a win-win for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember for me, my big stumbling block was initially negotiating deals. Since I didn't know what the heck I was talking about, even if I thought I saw a good deal, I didn't have the confidence that I had the team behind me to really follow through. And I didn't want to go out to anybody and sound like I was lying to them or saying things that I wasn't really able to do. Right?
There's a saying in real estate, and that is that you make money on the buy in investment. Mm-hmm. Right? If you don't buy at the right price, you're going to lose no matter what you do. And I agree with you. I think that that's a big, big fear factor for a new investor. Did I get it at the right price? Am I doing the right things? Am I saying the right things? That's a big, scary part of it. And I think it's a part where a lot of first-time investors may fail.
So let's look at the portal here, because that's the whole idea behind the partner program. How to get that support from us. But we wanted to create a special area where you weren't, our new partners weren't going to get mixed up with our lending business, right? And so,
fair enough.
And so we created this portal here, and I'm going to go ahead here. All you have to do is type in ifundinternational.com/portal. That's going to bring you to this login page, right? If you already have a username and password, you can put it in here. If you forgot it, you can hit the forgot password button. If you haven't joined the program yet, you haven't had the opportunity to actually log in, go back to here, need to join program, and click here, and that will get you back into the process of how to join this program. It is a free program, and it's available to everyone that's serious and really interested in making a start in this business, or leveraging and taking your start to the next level, leveraging some experienced partners. So this is the back of the portal. I hope some of you guys are seeing it already. I want to go ahead and bring some attention to some of the areas, but also remind y'all, please feel free to ask any questions here. If you have any questions via text about this. But the most important thing about this portal is that it's the #1 way to get a hold of us and our team, right? And I don't mean get a hold, like put a message in somewhere that's going to get lost somewhere. It's to actually schedule our time to actually put in all the deal information for our team to follow up with you. And that is done. If you scroll at the bottom, even if you're logging in via mobile or here on a desktop, we have this area called the Partner Action Center. And this is where everything happens. You can hit to submit a deal, and that was step 1 in the process. You click here on this button, takes you to your only deal mission. And we're going to get all the information that we need to make sure that we can follow up with you and take the next steps. Brian, anything about this area that you want to make sure people are aware of?
Yeah, I think it's just really important to note here is that the more information that we collect on a particular deal, the better off we're all going to be at the end of the day. It's going to be a lot of, our first shot at this as we're kind of relaunching this, our first shot at this. We got inundated with phone calls and with information. And some of that information was, quite frankly, it was incomplete, right? It was a city, a street name, not very much information on the numbers. And I understand that as a new investor, some of those you may not understand, you may not know some of those things down to the penny. You may not get the, how much am I going to buy it for? I don't know yet. That's for you guys to help me figure out. I understand some of that, but the more information that we put into these submission forms, the quicker we're able to assess whether or not this is a deal that's going to get done. And timing is everything in the real estate business, as I'm sure it doesn't take a genius to figure out. You got to buy it. You got to buy it quick and at the right price. So the more information that you can lend to these partner forms, these forms you're filling out, really, quite frankly, the better off we're going to be, and the quicker we can get back to you and tell you whether or not it's something we should pursue.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the other thing about gathering all this information is that our time and your time is the most valuable thing that we have. So making sure that we are helping our team qualify the opportunities correctly is going to save everyone time in allowing us to really focus where the juicy stuff is, right?
Yeah.
So when filling this out, please note that it changes to currency. As you can see, you're doing, if you want to do 200,000, don't put in 200K. It's not going to work. 200, 000, and that will convert to 200,000. Same as with all the other ones here. And I'm just making up numbers, obviously.
Sure. While you're doing that, Ralph, I want to point out two different items that I think we recognized in the last go-around and our first kind of pre-launch about this that's important to note. A lot of folks, when they first get in the real estate business, they get a hold of what we call wholesale lists. There are lists, very long lists of properties that are out there for sale, and they get hyped up by a lot of people, usually wholesalers that say, hey, listen, this property, it's only for you. I'm only showing you. It's the best list in the world, and every single lead is a deal. The truth is that they're probably being passed around to a lot of people. It's public information. If a house is for sale, usually it's public information. It's important that you take the next step and make sure that you verify these numbers, that this deal is real, that the house is still for sale, that the area is a good area to be doing rehabs in. You got to take it to the next step. Simply dropping in wholesale lists into the partner form will slow everybody down. And the likelihood of those deals, if you submit something like that, the likelihood of those deals getting closed is probably slim. So I think there's but I understand why someone would want to do that, right? If they get a wholesale list and they say, oh, all of these are deals, let me submit them. You got to make sure you take it to the next step and do your homework. The more homework that everyone does on these particular properties to see if they're really deals, the better off we're going to be. And so that was really the point that I wanted to make. I put 2 points into one, but that's really the point I want to make. Yeah,
stay away from the lists. Don't upload lists into this, right? At the end of the day, this is all about. I love the concept of adjacent opportunity. You're a new investor. What's around you? What's happening around you that is going to that we can help you actualize, monetize, and help you on your path to investing. So here, you saw me just finish filling out the lead form, and when you finish out that lead form, notice you're going to have the opportunity to schedule a call with our team, right? And there's lots of different options here currently. What I want to really focus you for deals, right? You want to come and hit the Premier Partner Deal Review Call, right? It's going to when you click on that, you're going to be able to select the date and the time to schedule a call with Julie from our deal execution team, and it's just a really powerful way to get with us, right? There were other options on there because we do other things like the commercial lending and the rehab lending. And I encourage you to, if you are really more interested in a loan, you feel comfortable like, hey, this is a good deal, I can negotiate, I can do all the work. I have some money to put down. What I'm looking for is a loan versus a partnership. Then please feel free to schedule a call via that route. So going back to the portal. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry, Brian.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're breaking up just a little bit, Rob. Just wanted to give you that information. It's not too bad, but you're kind of fading in and out on occasion. One of the things that I wanted to point out is that we started off, and we still are very much a busy lending house, right? And we do all kind of lending. We do commercial lending, we do purchase lending, refi lending, rehab lending, business lending, startup lending, personal lending. We do all kind of lending out of the iFund house. If you're ready for a loan, let me tell you what ready for a loan means, just real quick so everyone kind of understands. Ready for a loan means that you have identified an opportunity. Usually you have it under contract. You've identified a rehab budget. You've run your numbers. You understand that there's profit to be made in the deal, and you're ready to go and execute on that. Either you're ready to get the contract, or you do have the contract and you're within a month or so of closing that deal. We can close in as quick as 5 days, but you're ready to do that. Or you're ready to refinance an investment property that you already have. It's important to know that if you're purchasing a property and looking to rehab that, the number one indicator of whether or not we can do that loan is if you have down payment, money, skin to put in the game. At one point, we did 100% financing, but those days of instant equity into houses after the real estate crash they're long since gone. And so now we require some skin in the game on behalf of the borrower, and that usually starts around 20%. Now, sometimes that is a little bit of there's a little bit of flex there. We can be creative, but usually a good number to stand by is 20% down payment on the contract value of the property. That's a good place to start. If you're there and you've kind of checked off all those things I just discussed, you've identified the opportunity, the rehab budget, the profit, the gross margin, and you have skin in the game, at least 20%, you're ready for a loan, we're ready to talk to you.
And that's we allows some time, right?
I'm sorry, say that again, Ron. Yeah, Ralph, unfortunately, you're breaking up real bad, my friend, unfortunately.
I guess. Let's see what's going on. Is it still breaking up?
No, it's much better now.
I wonder if it's the internet down.
Yeah, I really can't hear you, bud.
Not so good, huh?
No.
Oh, man, technology. Well, in that case, Brian, you sound great.
Okay, I can hear you now. Yeah, thank you very much. I can hear you now. Whatever you're doing, wherever you are, stay right there. Lift a leg up. Put a piece of tinfoil on your computer. You sound great now. So let's continue to go through the partner portal. I'll kind of help you out, Raph, if you want to guide us. So
awesome.
Listen, there are a couple places. What I'm seeing right now is we're at the Partner Action Seminar. We're at the place where we just went through Submit a Deal. Submit a Deal means that you want to be part of our partner program and you have an actual deal to submit. We just discussed some things not to do and some things to do. When you're ready to submit that deal and ready to have our team of underwriters and negotiators go take a look at this opportunity and see if it's something that we all can make money on, this is where you want to submit that deal. You can submit multiple deals. You don't have to just submit one. You can submit multiple deals. And our team is going to get on that within 24 hours. We have a team of about 12 or 15 negotiators, wholesalers, contractors that are going to take a look at that opportunity with a quickness, and they're going to make a decision about whether or not it's something that we feel we can make money on. We've been doing this for a long time, too, so we'll be able to identify that relatively quickly, usually within 24 business hours, if not sooner. I want everyone to understand that there are some deals that are going to be good and there are some deals that are not going to fit the bill. You keep trying, right? Just because we don't execute on the first one doesn't mean that there's not another opportunity out there that we can execute on. We have some folks that have been in the partner program now for 2 or 3 weeks, and they shoot me deals all the time. And some are great, some are not so good, but we want to keep on pressing. Don't feel discouraged if your first swing you don't get a home run. And we will let you know quickly if you have a deal that needs to be executed on. We will not steal your deals. We will not take your deals. We will make sure that we get back to you before we take any action. Okay. In this Partner Action Center, we also have an RSVP for our monthly live training. You're here right now. You're in the monthly live training. There also is a meeting that we conduct on the first or the second Tuesday of every month. If you are here in Georgia, I want you to go and I want you to register right where Raphael's pointing the cursor right now. I want you to go and I want you to register for one of our Tuesday networking meetings. This is more than a networking meeting. For the first couple of minutes, first 30 minutes or so, Julie, Peter, myself, or Raphael are going to conduct a training session. That training session is going to include some of the first and basic steps that everyone needs to take to be a successful investor. It's 100% free. There's no weekend seminar, rippity raha, pay $399 and hear about everything fantastic and then leave with nothing. This is free. It's an opportunity to come. We're going to coach you live on some of the basic tenets of the real estate investment business. That could be wholesaling, that could be negotiating a contract, that could be applying for a hard money loan, it could be dealing with contractors. We got a great series, we got a great lineup of information that we want to share with you. And as you can see, there's lots of dates that you can sign up. If you're here in the state of Georgia, you need to come. Our next meeting is next Tuesday. It's actually not going to be in Cumming, Georgia either. We're going to pull it a little closer to Atlanta so that everyone has an opportunity to get here. With the traffic situation here in Georgia now, we felt it was important to get a little closer to the city so everyone has an opportunity to come. And as you can see, me, Peter, and Raphael, all three of us will hopefully be there every month. If not, at least one or two of us are going to be there. The last part of the meeting is going to be networking. What do I mean by networking? I don't mean shaking hands and kissing babies. We want to look at real deals, all of us together, look at real opportunities, and sit down and start the forward momentum that's needed to get the deals done. I want real deal networking. Haves and wants is what it's called. There's a meeting here in Atlanta called Haves and Wants. It's a great meeting. And people come and they literally scream out what everyone takes a turn. They say what they have, what deal they're working on, what do they need? They need money, they need contractors, plumbing. I want to sell it, I want to buy it. And other people in the room, they get together afterwards and they negotiate the deals right there in the room. Our very first deal in this investment world was done in a setting very much like that. Rafa, if you remember,
our very first meeting, right?
Very first meeting. Yep, we closed the deal basically right there. I mean, we had to go do the homework, but we basically closed a loan right there inside of that meeting. And we really want to generate that kind of buzz and that kind of opportunity. If you're not able to come to the state of Georgia, if you're somewhere else and you just, please don't come from North Dakota. But if you're not there, what we're going to do, we didn't do it last month, and I'm not sure we'll have it quite set up this month, but what we want to do eventually is we're going to record these sessions and or have them live streamed through Livestream or Ustream or something like that. So don't feel left out. We're getting there. We're taking baby steps. We're trying to make digestible chunks so we can be good at what we're doing and then expand. All right, so Rafa, if you want to go back to the Action Center, there you go. Okay, and I'm just going to go through these other steps. Schedule a free coaching call. This is an important one. This is a great thing. I think we have hooked up with Peter Veckelsman. Peter Veckelsman is is a nationwide real estate coach. He's one of the few guys out there who I think really tell it like it is, who are honest and who actually do real estate. You would be surprised at how many of these guys or girls that you go see on the weekend, and they may have never done a real estate deal in their entire life. They're just around the real estate business. Or they're a real estate agent turned guru, quote unquote. Or right. I know of a couple people here locally, Rafa, and we don't name names, but I know of a couple people here locally who may have never made money on real estate ever. They may have done a lot of deals, but they don't ever seem to make money doing them. But they charge people $400, $500 to simply sit with them for 4 or 5 hours. I don't know what they're teaching them for that $400 or $500, but I really feel bad for the people who are cutting the check. Peter Veckelsman is the real deal. He and his team are offering a free coaching call, 100% free coaching call. They'll get on, they'll address your concerns, they'll talk you through the real estate business, they'll get an idea for where you're at in your investment life cycle, and they will give you some real deal free advice. If you want to continue coaching with them, of course, they have a paid program. We'll let Peter address that coaching and how much that costs and what level of opportunity there is there. But I really trust Peter, and I like what he has to say. Plus, I got to be honest with you, he's got a ton of free information, and we have a ton of his free information all over this partner portal. If you have a subject, it's like Raphael's going through right now on this. If you ever have a subject about real estate that you need some advice on, or you feel like you just want to get more information, go to the partner portal. Look at what Raphael's scrolling through right now. There are a ton of videos that Peter has put up there Raphael and I have produced and are producing a ton of content also that we will start rolling out about the finance and investment side of this and the marketing side of this. We're going to start doing that very shortly too. This is really a repository, a library of great information. It's all 100% free once you join the partner program. We don't charge a nickel for it. We never will. This partner program, you join it, you can go through these videos all you want. And Peter is a great guy to listen to because he makes millions of dollars in the business. Trust me, I know this guy is a straight shooter. He offers a paid version of his coaching program. You can contact him if you want more information. There's in the Partner Action. Go back to the Partner Action portal, Raf. The Action Center, I'm sorry. If you want acceleration, real estate success, that's coaching. If you want hands-on, one-on-one training, or you want to go to one of Peter's seminars he holds, I think monthly or bi-monthly or something like that. He's got a whole school up in Cumming, Georgia here. I know he does remote training also. If you're ready to really get involved in the business or you want to do one-on-one mentoring, Peter is your guy. You can go there. You can click that button. That is something that you will pay for. I don't want to mislead anybody, but I think it's worth if you're going to, yeah.
For most people, the right step is to schedule a free
call.
Absolutely. The accelerator calls are for people that, we're already working together and so forth, and you're looking for just, a quick one-on-one hour on something very specific, right, with Peter. But for the coaching, to start at the free coaching call, I mean, it's free. And you have the opportunity to connect with this amazing resource. And then from there, there's different levels of engagement. Is it, coming to just enjoying our partner program for free, or is it stepping up into some of the more exclusive inner circle one-on-one stuff? Again, it all just depends on what your goals are and where you're at in your path to investments.
Yeah, that's an individual decision for you to make, and I agree with Rafa 100%. It's a free coaching call. Why not take advantage of it, right? Get an hour with Peter and or Julie and make sure you guys are simpatico and you jive together and you like what they have to say. But I'll say this. I have been a long-standing critic of most real estate coaches, and Raphael knows this. Most of these real estate seminars and coaches, long-standing critic because I think most of them sing you a song and a dance, and you don't get your money's worth when you go there. Peter is clearly a cut above the rest, and I really value his advice and his coaching, and I think he is a very straight shooter. So I would take advantage of his knowledge if and when you're ready to do that. You got the button right there. Click it. Let's go to the last and final and probably most important button here for this purpose of this conversation, and that's schedule a deal call. Brian, what do I do? I've submitted a deal. I haven't heard back from anybody. I know. I understand. It's, we're getting inundated by deals and leads, and now we finally have a system and a process, and I want to say, we're a little hiccupy at first, but I think now we've got it smoothed out, and that's why we're taking the time to go through it again. Schedule a deal call. After you submit a deal and you think it's a great deal and you've run your numbers and you put all the information into the portal, what's next? Schedule a deal call. You must have a deal submitted before you schedule that call. Unfortunately, because our time is so valuable and there's been an incredible response to this partner program, we don't have time to sit around and discuss every nuance of the real estate business or answer every question live one-on-one. I'll always respond by email. Julie will always respond by email, Rafa, or Astrid, whoever you happen to be emailing. But when you have a deal submitted and you're ready to discuss that deal, why or why not it's a good deal, this is your time to shine. You go there. There's a calendar. Okay. You can pick your time. Super easy. Rafa's going through it right now. April 11th, I'm going to schedule a phone call. Let me move my thing out of the way here. Okay. First name, phone number, email, your deal summary so we can connect the dots in the back end. Oh, yeah, we're working on this deal. Oh, yeah, we're ready to negotiate. Oh, yeah, we'll get this under contract. We'll go ahead and get this under contract. Or, oh, yeah, this wasn't quite the opportunity we thought it was. You schedule a call. One of Julie's team members is going to pick up the phone. They're going to call you back, and they're going to walk you through this deal. It's your opportunity also to have every real estate deal has some nuances to it. Like, hey, my cousin's brother owns this house. He's moving. He got a new job. He's selling the house. It's off the market. He told my
cousin's
aunt.
brother, isn't that still your cousin?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's true. My cousin's brother. My cousin's brother is still my cousin. But he told my aunt. That's a good point, Raphael. He told my aunt that he would be willing to sell the property at 205. A lot of that information you may not be able to capture in the initial form. Here's the place to do it. Or tell us why the particular market is hot, or tell us why you think this is a deal, or that you know a contractor that can. There's a lot of nuances to every real estate deal, and quite frankly, to every person and personality. This is your opportunity to get 15 or 20 minutes to discuss that particular deal live with someone who is underwriting the deal currently. That may not be me, it may not be Peter, but it'll certainly be someone from Julie's team. We call them the execution arm, a team of negotiators. Yeah, so professional. The operation that's going on our execution team is just unbelievable. Negotiating, there's like 15 people negotiating contracts and deals with contractors and rehab budgets, and at any given time, it seems like 7 days a week. It's a really great thing. And now everyone here in the partner program has the opportunity to harness that power. I think it's important to know here that this program just started 4 or 5 weeks ago. Peter and I and Raphael and Julie sat down, we had lunch, and we literally came up with this idea as we were discussing ways to capitalize on parts of our business where we hadn't been capitalizing. I think this is a great thing for both the new real estate investor, or the person who doesn't have time, or the person who may not who may be nervous or fearful about jumping in 100%. I think this is a great way to get started in the business, to start learning what a deal really is, to start learning how to actually fund a deal, how to talk to a hard money lender, how to get real estate agents involved and contractors, how to miss the big potholes that come along with real estate investing, and get involved and become part of the team, to actually be a part of a team that's out there doing it on a daily basis, and not have to jump in full force and have your money, your time, your energy, and your efforts, quite frankly, at risk. Real estate is a tough business. It's a very hard business. And everyone is going to fail at some point in real estate. I can attest to that. Anybody wants to give me a call, I'm happy to sing you my song and dance. It's a tough business, and I wish this was around when I started. I wish somebody would have said, I'll mentor you, Brian. Bring me the deal, I'll fund it, I'll fix it, I'll flip it, you get paid, and if you want to, come along on the ride with us. And I would have seen so many of the things that I had to learn the hard way by spending my own money and my own time, I would have learned without all of that risk. And I think this is a great opportunity. It's going to take time for all the kinks to get worked out and the hiccups to kind of smooth themselves out. But this is a great start. And I appreciate all the hard work Raphael has done and everybody. And I'm excited. I hope that, we're working on some deals actively. I'm optimistic that they're going to close. I'm excited for the people that are going to get paid. And, I'm excited for us too, because I think it's a new chapter in our business. And I'm really excited about that. I'll say one more thing, and then I'll kind of turn it over to Raphael to close it up. And Raphael, by the way, you sound much better the last couple of minutes. I want to say one more thing about this is that I want everyone to understand that sometimes you're going to win and sometimes you're going to lose. You're going to submit deals that aren't going to get done. You're going to submit deals that are going to go almost the distance, and then they're going to, for some reason, fall apart. That's just real estate in general. I've learned a long time ago not to get too emotionally attached to any particular deal, because lots of times things go wrong for different reasons. You got to keep swinging the bat. It's how we've become successful in real estate, is by we kept swinging the bat. We kept stepping up to the plate even after we struck out multiple times. And I want everyone not to get discouraged. If you feel like, oh my God, I've submitted 3 deals and they haven't said yes to any of them, don't get discouraged. Keep swinging the bat. Keep listening to the advice. They'll coach you along the way as to what a good deal is and what a bad deal is. Take notes. Refine your process. Become better at your numbers. And eventually you're going to win. I promise. Sometimes it takes a little bit to get started. But I'm excited, and I thank everyone for coming on board. I really do. Rafa, it's all you, buddy.
Wonderful. Well, this has been a great starting webinar. Brian, we'll figure out what's going on with my streaming for
Sure.
the voice. I'm sure it's the internet on my end. Better than the internet that I had in Costa Rica, huh?
Yeah, I think that was not the internet. I think it was a carrier pigeon.
Right.
Right.
Well, if there are no questions now, we are going to be recorded. This has been recorded, and we're going to be sending it to y'all and have a question area under it, so that we can start the community engaging and collaborating together. So with that said, I want to thank everyone for coming and wish y'all a blessed Friday and a beautiful weekend. Brian, any other closing words?
That's it. Thanks, guys. Have a great Friday, and we hope to see you next Tuesday at the live networking meeting here in Atlanta. We're going to be sending out details soon. We'll send those out probably, if not by today, by tomorrow. And have a great weekend.
Thank you, y'all.
Thanks. Bye-bye.